Hello and welcome to Stockwatch, your weekly news channel brought to you by Bitesize Investments. As we look back upon this week, these are the main headlines for the Magnificent Seven. Microsoft disclosed that there have been several attempts by the Russian-linked group Midnight Blizzard to hack into their software. It would seem the initial breach in November targeted email accounts, and the group has intensified efforts to hack into Microsoft's source code and internal systems. While customer systems remain unaffected, concerns persist about potential data access. Under pressure from European regulations, Apple backtracks on this decision to block Epic Games from its App Store in Europe. This reversal allows Epic Games to create their own game store and relaunch Fortnite on Apple's iOS in Europe. Despite this, Apple retains the right to exclude third-party app stores, and Fortnite remains unavailable in the US. Google installs a cybersecurity center of excellence in Japan to counter escalating cyber threats in the Asia-Pacific region. The centre aims to collaborate with experts and governments conducting research and enhancing cybersecurity for businesses. The move responds to increasing attacks from criminal syndicates, with China being implicated by the US and its allies. Amazon Web Services is leading a trend in the tech industry by investing in nuclear and renewable energy for their data centers. AWS recently acquired a data center powered by a nuclear power plant. Cryptocurrency mining firms are also joining the shift towards sustainability, with initiatives like using renewable sources and partnering with nuclear energy startups. These moves mark a significant step towards greener data center operations. Meta is unveiling a new AI model to upgrade video and user feed recommendations, promising more relevant content across platforms. This advancement could simplify ad targeting for advertisers, but does raise concerns about privacy and addiction, emphasizing the need for ethical AI usage. Tesla's market value has plummeted $234 billion this year, exceeding the worth of companies like McDonald's and Disney. Shares fell 29% in 10 weeks, causing Elon Musk's net worth to drop by $40 billion. Despite a five-fold increase since 2020, Tesla's value is down 60% from its 2021 peak. Factors including weakening EV demand and distractions affecting completion of projects, Tesla remains over 10 times more valuable than the General Motors and Ford combined. Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Invest, warned investors about Nvidia's rapid growth, comparing it to Cisco's rise and fall during the dot-com bubble. Cathie Wood has recently shared her thoughts on Nvidia's huge stock surge and is cautioning everyone about a potential slowdown in growth. ARK Invest has reduced its stake in Nvidia as Cathie Wood shares her concerns about its valuation and market saturation. The biggest stock market movers this week are Nvidia with an increase of 4.04% and Meta being up by 0.59%. Five of the Magnificent Seven are in the losers bracket this week, with Google being down 0.18%, Amazon down by 1.23%, Microsoft down by 1.75%, Apple 3.08%, and Tesla a whopping 11.77%. Now we come to the next segment of our Magnificent Seven weekly news update and dive into our stock focus of the week, which is Nvidia. Let me know in the comments section which stocks you would like reported on during our stock watch. This is brought to you by Bitesize Investments. During this next section, we are going to examine the key metrics of the company by comparing them against businesses that operate within the same industry, as well as reviewing the bear and bull cases. In addition, we will look back at the historical share prices and find out what the target price of the company currently is. And lastly, we will then find out what the analyst's consensus is and what their forecasts are. Now we're going to jump into the 5 key pillars for Nvidia, where we look at the earnings per share, which it is up 585% since last year, free cash flow, which is up 613%, revenue 127%, book value 95%, and return on invested capital 34%. These are amazing results since last year and really has shown the potential growth of this company. Now let's compare this company with other businesses within a similar arena. The two companies we're going to compare this week are Apple and Microsoft. So let's start with Apple first. And Apple's EPS is a steady 6%. Their free cash flow is a whopping 540%, and it has a tiny revenue gain of 2%, book value an excellent 21%, and return on invested capital is a terrific 55% increase. So as we can see, when we compare it with Nvidia, across all 5 pillars, even though Apple has an incredible free cash flow from last year, it is nothing compared to Nvidia, as they are stomping across all of those areas for those 5 key pillars. Now we'll compare Nvidia with Microsoft. Microsoft has a good 11% growth for the EPS for last year, a great free cash flow of 13%, a disappointing minus 19% for its revenue, and a very good 16% growth for its book value, and a wonderful 25% growth for its return on invested capital. So again, Nvidia absolutely beats Microsoft across the board for the 5 key pillars, just showing how exceptional Nvidia is at the moment. But can it be sustained for much longer? Now let's look at the historical share price for Nvidia and see how it compares to today's average price. If we go back to 2013, we can see that Nvidia's stock price was trading at about $4.42, and how it has progressed year on year, with the exception of 2022, when the average share price stalled at about $185, whilst today it is currently at an average of $651.16. But we'll find out exactly what its share price is at the moment shortly. Now let's jump into the analyst price target. Analysts believe that Nvidia's price target should be $797, and it's currently about $918. So it could be suggested that Nvidia is currently overpriced. Do you think this is a fair price target, or do you think it should be higher or lower? The overall analyst consensus is that Nvidia is a strong buy at the moment, but we need to ask ourselves for how much longer. Lastly, we can look at the analyst forecast for Nvidia, and here we can see that they're expecting Nvidia to have an EPS growth of about 76% in 2024. And in 2025 it will be 17%, 2026 about 12%, 2027 about 17%, and in 2028 9%. Do you agree with the analyst's future predictions, or do you think they are completely wrong? Thank you for watching until the bitter end. Please consider liking and subscribing to help the channel grow.